I've grown to believe in a very controversial idea when it comes to divorce. I've counseled so many divorcing individuals over the last 30 years that I've really come to believe in this. And I'll tell you what it is in just a second. But let me ask you this question. Do you think you know your lover? Do you think you know your spouse? Do you think you know the heights of their anger and the depths of their pain? You don't. What happens in divorce is an aspect comes out in that person that you have never seen before. No matter how bad your fights were, there's a whole different level that happens when you mix money, kids especially, and high intensity of divorce. You will see an aspect of this person, a rage you have never seen before in all likelihood. Furthermore, you will see an aspect of yourself that you didn't even know exists and you may discover you don't like. Something happens in divorce and people do the most wicked, vile shit. And so I've come to believe in, and I counsel my couples, or especially the individuals that I have going into divorce, I believe in mutually assured destruction. Do you remember how back in the Cold War in the 60s and 70s and 80s, the US and Russia each knew that the other team had nuclear weapons, and so everybody was afraid to launch, because if we launch them, they'll launch at us, right? It's mutually assured destruction. Well, I'm less likely to launch my nuclear weapons if I know you're gonna nuke the shit out of me, right? It's the same way in divorce. And so I tell my clients, what is it that you've got that could blow the shit out of their life? And I want you to know that. And it's even better if they know that you have that knowledge or that tool or that weapon, quote unquote. And you're like, well, why would you counsel someone to, have a nuclear weapon, so to speak? I said, so they can protect themselves. For when that aspect of the other person comes out, if they choose to launch on you, you've got to have a way of defending yourself. Otherwise, you want to know what happens? A giant power imbalance gets created in divorces, and one person very often ends up eating a whole lot of shit. But this person is far less likely to create that imbalance, or far less likely to launch those nuclear weapons or destroy you or eat you alive if they know that you have the power to do it back. So my simple question to you is, what's your nuclear weapon? And do you have the courage to launch it if and only if they launch theirs first? If so, then you can go into the divorce and you can stand up for yourself, knowing that you have strength and that you are not a victim. Have a kick-ass day.